guys, it's Steve from the Tech Buzz here, and I wanted to kind of give you a tour. Usually I do it every year, but I didn't do it here for 2020. I think the last time I did it was 2017. So I wanted to give you a tour of the game room / studio. You can see all the magic happens here for the Retro Buzz and for the Tech Buzz. I know a lot of you guys have questions about how I do things, so hope you enjoy this. Let's start from up here, headed downstairs to the game room. I've got a bunch of different pictures on the wall that are canvas, so you guys can see this. This is what you're greeted with the first time you get down into our finished basement / studio / arcade room. You're also greeted with this awesome arcade sign and some posters. That's our music room. And then into the game room, get a nice arcade welcome mat. So the first thing you're gonna see when you come in here is kind of like my workstation. This is kind of my editing station / work area where I work non-stop during the day. You can see I have an audio mixer here. This is a PreSonus 16.4.2 AI mixer. I've got a MacBook Pro, and then I've got a Mac Pro, a Mac Mini, a PC down here on the floor. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then I have a Mac Pro tower here, a printer, and then some PTZ Optics cameras, and we'll get to that. I've got some Rokit 8s from KRK, great studio speakers for editing, for audio. I've got my Legends Ultimate Arcade, which has the custom Marble Madness skin from Arcade Graphics, arcadegraphics.com. The PC that I run, which is on that monitor, does a lot of my PC stuff that I need to do, but I also run Steam for the Legends. I've got a bunch of Guitar Hero and Rock Band guitars here. Some I've acquired at different places like Goodwill. Some boxes here for that. Some of my Star Wars collectibles that are still in boxes. I've also got the Pixelcade from Al, and it's pretty sweet. I like it up on the wall. I can change it to whatever I want. Right now I have it just on playing in a loop. Got some other knickknacks, some of the stuff my daughter gave me for Valentine's Day years ago, and I just keep it. My Legends Ultimate hat, my Xbox One S box, Google Home, which basically is the nucleus of the arcade. We've got a bunch of other things here on the shelf. Got a really cool Pepsi Cola retro clock that my mother-in-law gave me that she had gotten from a Pepsi dealer. Some more Rock Band and Guitar Hero guitars, and then the NBA Jam cabinet from Arcade 1-Up. I've also got a nice couch down here that has got recliners on the end. I think I got these from ThinkGeek, but some retro Nintendo like pillows that are kind of fake games, but they're there. Some nice posters that my son and my daughter helped pick out. I've got a nice light up there that changes colors. Got some more Star Wars. I'm a big Vader fan, so I've got a lot of vintage Vader action figures that are still in the box. And this is from my boy Angel, who sent this up to me. Him and Ms. the Prophet designed that up and sent that up here, so that looks awesome up on the wall right above. Yes, the Crane basketball. This is electronic, so you can play it. These balls didn't come with it, but they look cool in the game room here. So, and they're a little bit harder because they're about the same size as the basket. I've got some pillows, custom made. This one is a subscribe pillow from Throwboy, throwboy.com. You can check that out. And TTB for the Tech Buzz, Craft Squatch. I don't know if he's still in business anymore. He made this for me. Down here is where I have all my controllers. This is for, and we'll get to that, all the controllers that I have for every system, every console. I think I counted like I have 30 consoles, so that'll give you an idea. Got a bunch of Dance Dance Revolution mats back there. I think there's 2 or 3, and then a Wii Rock Band or Guitar Hero drum set. And then you can see under there, that's a full DJ Hero complete in box turntable set. I've got a bunch of these Guitar Heroes complete in box. There's actual guitars in them, not just not just over there. So that's pretty awesome. Got some Star Wars decor. I've got a nice LED arcade sign. I've got some boxes hanging on. I like to use the boxes as art in my game room. Richie Knuckles signed To the Tech Buzz from Richie Knuckles. This is the king of arcades. So, and I've got the Castlevania Blu-ray. I've got an original Mario. I've got 2 of these, so I figured I'll hang one up on the wall. Got some At Games blasts. Really cool. I can hook them up to the Legends. PlayStation 2 games. These are my PlayStation 2 collection. I've even got a few of them here that are like Hitman, that is complete and unopened. It's sealed. So I've got that up here. And I also have some PSP games, and here's one that's completely sealed. This is Wipeout Pure. But I've got a bunch of PSP, PS Vita games. There's a Johnny Cage. And these I got from GameStop. They had t-shirts in it, so I gave my son the t-shirts, but I wanted it for wall decor. Got the Ninja Turtles Arcade 1-Up cabinet. Again, custom graphics on the front, courtesy of Arcade Graphics. Found some Arcade 1-Up Pac-Man memorabilia signs at Walmart. I've got a Assassin's Creed flag, which is pretty cool. I've got the Nintendo Action Set box complete. And I got a bunch of other boxes up here, the Neo Geo and a bunch of other stuff that I kind of sit up there. Some more of those NES cartridges, and I've also got one of these. These are pretty cool. I'll have a link for this. This is I can't think of the name of the company. It was horror something. He made this. I think I paid $40 for it. It's really nice. It's a 3D picture of Castlevania. Castlevania is one of my favorites. So I'm sorry if you're watching this video and I forgot your information, but if you watch this and you see it, leave a comment below so people can find it. I've got the Arcade 1-Up Pac-Man light up action characters up on the wall, and I do have them hooked up with powered USB. Let's start over here. I've got the 12-in-1 Asteroid Centipede cabinet. I've got the Galaga cabinet. They all have the plastic on it, so I purchased all that, and Arcade 1-Up also sent them out when they were having that run. Pac-Man, I've got, you gotta have the classic, right? And then here's where things get kind of fun. So I've got this hooked up as a console. This is the Neo Geo. It's pretty cool. Shout out to Glenn Planamento and Douglas Smith, who told me about this, and I quickly jumped on it. There's only one bad part. It fell off of here and it cracked the screen, so I might have to buy another one. Just because I couldn't believe it fell down behind it. And so I'm going to explain my setup here in just a few moments. But original TurboGrafx 16, you can see here, works fine. They're all hooked. Every console's hooked up to HDMI. I know. All your retro gamers are going to go, you're ruining it. But honestly, I don't have room for a CRT. If you've seen the room, you'll understand. But I've got one of these EverDrives. Plays all my TurboGrafx. And I have EverDrives for just about all my cartridge machines, and you'll see why, because I do collect the original cartridges, but I don't want them ruined. I want to protect them. So I play all the games via original hardware, but I have all my ROMs that I have. The Xbox, original Xbox, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox One, and then I have the Sega CD, the original Sega Genesis. I think Glenn said this is a Model 2. So they came out with the original, and then I guess a couple months later they did a revision to it. This is a Model 2. 32X, all works. I've got the original Nintendo, all in good shape, works great. Got an EverDrive type cartridge in there, plays all my games. I've got the Wii, I've got the GameCube, Nintendo 64, again with an EverDrive. I've got the white PlayStation 2, Slim, which is pretty hard to get, and I've got the Sega Saturn, which is soft modded, so I can play my backup games without ruining my original discs. I have kids, so I have the PlayStation VR with the PlayStation 4, and I have an extra hard drive hooked up back there. I've got a Sega Dreamcast, and then that also plays backup copies of all my games, so I don't have to ruin my originals. And then I've got my Super Nintendo, which is in really good shape. That also is running a 801 EverDrive, so again, I can protect my cartridges. Original PlayStation, Xbox 360, and those are my PlayStation wireless controllers. I just put them there to charge. And then there's my Panasonic 3DO, which I just recently fixed. The CD drive went on it, and I took it out and replaced it, and it's working great right now. And then there I have my Wii U, And again, that's one of my second favorite consoles, and it works great. I've got a lot of my backup games right in there for Dreamcast, Sega Saturn. I think I want to say I have some Wii, because I soft modded my Wii. There's a bunch of games in there that are all, copies that I have. Behind there, I have a really nice couch. We have a stool here, so when we're playing Rock Band or Guitar Hero. But I also have a couch here, and there's my cat Flicker, who's trying to sleep, and I'm obviously keeping her awake. But it's a recliner chair, which is great to sit here and play games on this 42-inch flat screen, and that's kind of why I did it. I have back here, and you're going to see a cluster of wires. I have a bunch of HDMI switchers back here. There's 3 of them. And, don't pay no mind to the wires. But there's 5 on each. So each one of those outputs to this. So it's 1, 2, 3. So I have it set up as row 1, row 2, and row 3. And row 3 kind of comes up to here as well. So if I want it on any of the bottom and these, I just put it on 3, and then it'll automatically select what console based on what's on. So it really makes it simple for my kids to do this. If they want to play like a Nintendo, they just select that to number 1, and then it'll automatically select. So there's the camera. If I'm going to stream, if I'm sitting where the cat's sitting, I can keep that on and stream my gameplay from any of these consoles. Every one of these consoles is able to be captured. I already have that set up, which runs back over to the MacBook Pro that's over there. Here is my Multi-cade. This has a Raspberry Pi. This was an original arcade 1-up Street Fighter 2 cabinet. I gutted the whole thing and got a custom marquee made, custom graphics, again from arcadegraphics.com. Got all these buttons. These are not original Sanwas, they're clones, and these are just buttons that I did. But what I did was I got 3D printed buttons that say coin on it, and I got those online so I could use the original arcade 1-up holes where the volume and on and off were. So it works really good for coin buttons, and then my player 1, player 2. And then what I did down here is I have a USB port that I can open up here. So if I want to play controllers, or if I want to play 4 players, I can do that easily by hooking this up or Bluetooth. And then there's my amplifier to control the volume of this cabinet. And then down here we have some custom Tech Buzz insert coin buttons. Johnny Arcade made this and the custom graphic door panel template for me. I had put a piece of vinyl behind it, which gave him the idea, and he's like, hey, that's awesome, I'm going to do that. So he ended up doing that, which is really cool. So this is my Multi-cade. It's got over 10,000 games. I know, why do I have 10,000 games? Well, because it's nice to say, yeah, I have that game. This is from Angel Disability Upgrades, the Space Invaders, really cool marquee. Got it on the 40th anniversary cabinet, looks great. The Mortal Kombat cabinet with the light up marquee. And then up here above that is all of my Xbox 360. I've even got a complete inbox. This is Uncharted 3, unopened, special edition, PlayStation 3 game. I've got a bunch of GameCube games up here. I just kind of set this up, but Xbox 360 is what I have a lot of. I've got a lot of Wii games. Here's a Tron game, Glenn. Bet you love this one. It's unopened as well. It's sealed still in the packaging. Some Xbox One games, PlayStation 4 games, some PlayStation 3, like I already said, Castlevania, one of my favorite. If you guys got Castlevania games or anything Castlevania out there, collectibles that you're wanting to get rid of or something and you don't know what to do with it, hit me up. Love to get them off your hands. Some more PlayStation 3. Here's a Wii U, completely unwrapped. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So I have that there, and a bunch of Wii U games, as well as some Switch games as well. And there's different random remotes for different things down here. So turning our attention over here, we have the Golden Tee. This is a really awesome cabinet. I have it on the end here to give myself some room. We've got the Final Fight cabinet, all with light up marquees. Got to have the light up marquees. Now this carpet is stuff my mom gave me. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask. They go to different different places for construction materials, and they had a rug that they did a basement in, and this was drops left. And they asked me if I wanted it. I was like, yeah. So I put it down. Kind of gives it a really nice vibe in here for the arcade. Got the Queen, of course, Miss Pac-Man, the Miss Pac-Man cabinet, and Ms. the Prophet made the front graphics, so it has that nice blue carrying all the way up. Now we go over here. I've got the Star Wars sit-down cabinet. Really love this cabinet. It's probably the best one Arcade 1-Up has made to date. Really love this cabinet. I've got my Toy Shock Pinball. I just put the new version 1.2 board in it. Kudos. Thanks, shout out to Jeff Falke and Linda Falke for sending that out. I know they're going to send me the 1.3 board, but this thing is humming. We've been playing it. And this is reserved. I might slide this down, but this area, again, is reserved for the At Games Legends Ultimate Pinball, which is hopefully coming in a few weeks. Down there, I've got another Guitar Hero complete inbox guitar game. It's not opened, but I have that down there. And then the PS4 Iron Man VR box complete. And then here, thanks to Cool Toy, he starts showing me all these, collectible action figures that I've had as kids. So I started getting a few of them that I can hang up the walls. He-Man and Skeletor, and of course the original Ghostbusters complete in box. And then I've got my brother gave me his Game Gear. We had these as a kids. Mine, unfortunately, was given away to somebody else. That's kind of what happens. But he had his original, so he gave it to me, complete in box, foam, everything, manuals. So that's in there. I got the PlayStation Mini, which you can kind of see here. I have mounted displayed. The limited edition PSP Star Wars, which is over on my shelf over there. And then the PS Vita. And then there's Slimer. And then again, Ms. the Prophet and Angel making me my Darth Vader banner that, of course, I have above Star Wars. You just got to do that. All right, making a turn. Let's finish off the gaming stuff before we get into the rest of the tour. Up here I've got some Nintendo Power strategy guides, Game Pro magazines, stuff that are kind of retro, a Zelda, Breath of the Wild. This is my son's, actually, both of these. So I'm just kind of, no, actually this one, the Majora Mask is mine, but this one's his. I'm just keeping it here so he doesn't destroy it. Being 7 years old, or 8 years old, I don't want him to ruin it. This is when I was on the cover of the Business Chronicle back in October of 2013. The Empire of the Air, they did a cover story, as well as there's like a 7 to 10 page insert inside this magazine. I've got a bunch of copies of it, of my studio at my old house, which was really cool. But I keep this here for inspiration. When I look at it, it helps me to create and helps me, move forward with things. So here's kind of like a wall of boxes. These are all, I try to collect the boxes here, as you can see. I've got a bunch of different complete, all the consoles that you saw. I've got the boxes. But here, remember I said I have EverDrives for my collection of games, but you can see here, I've got some original 3DO games. This game here was never even opened. So, and I like to keep it that way. Gex was in this, so of course I'm going to play it. But a lot of these games, these long boxes, they're unopened, and I want to keep it that way. Sega CD, you can see some of the cases I bought them. They're kind of busted. I want to keep them nice. Sega, Genesis games that are complete in box, I want to keep them nice. My brother, when he came out, he gave me a bunch of his boxes. They're a little bit bent, some places that he found, but they got the manuals and everything inside of here. So they're complete. And he gave me a bunch of them that that are in really good shape, like Wave Race. I bought the cartridges fairly cheap, and now I've got them in some plastic and keep them in good shape. And one of them was Zelda, and I just need to get the Breath of the Wild. But he also gave me Madden 2000. If you look, it's still got the wrapper on it. Like when he opened it, he just took it out. So got a bunch of them in here. Super Mario 64, which is hard to get, complete in box with all the warranties, everything. These are all my N64 I started. Here's some Super Nintendo. There's even some independent cartridges like Sydney Hunter. Some 32X games. A really nice copy of RC Pro-Am from the original Nintendo. Some Sega Saturn games. And then, of course, I've got some loose Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 games, some Rumble packs. And then down here, I've got some Nintendo games. that all behind there, I've got 3DS game cartridges and Vita, and then I've got a Super Famicom game that is Star Fox. I've got a bunch of Dreamcast, or I'm sorry, Game Gear games, as well as some Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance. I've got Sega Genesis games. There's my EverDrive cartridge that I'll show you guys here. So this is just an EverDrive. I just put that sticker on it just with an SD card. So it helps keep I'm in the process of finding boxes for all this so I can keep them nice. I've got a couple PS games, PlayStation games. This was unopened and I want to keep it that way. And you know, with collecting. So this is kind of like my retro game shelf, if you will. I've got another Wii that's there. That's the black version because it doesn't have the ability to hook up like a GameCube controller or anything along those lines. So, and I also have a Super Famicom system I got really cheap. I also have the Mario Live Circuit, which is pretty awesome. I have that there, and then that brings us to the broadcasting setup. I have TVs on the front of my bar, along with some Yoda Christmas decorations, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, and another TV. This basically, if somebody's sitting down here, they can watch the live show as it's happening. I also have a TV up here. If you see us when I'm looking at a camera, I have a TV there that has preview and program, and then the clock, so I know what time it is. I also have some studio lights. I don't have that one on because I don't want to blind myself. And then I have that one, and then that one. And if you notice, there's a little light above it, and that's called a tally light. What that does is when it's red, it tells me that that camera is hot. That means it's live. And when it's green, like this one, that means that's the camera coming next. That's what's in preview. So I have another monitor here, which doubles as an over-shoulder monitor when I'm doing my gaming streaming, but also when I'm broadcasting the Retro Buzz. It's a way that I can monitor while I'm looking at this camera. I can monitor and see what's in preview and what's in program. And this is my sound meter. When that's not moving, I know I'm muted. So I can visually see these lights move when I talk into the microphone. Again, I have these turned off so we don't get blinded, but these are set this way. So if I'm sitting in this chair doing game streaming, I can look at my Twitch chat or my YouTube chat. I've got my Stream Deck here for OBS Streamlabs to be able to control that with my microphone here on this nice boom arm, my gaming headset. So I could be sitting here playing games on there and streaming it at the same time. I've got a camera right there to have this nice background of the arcade while I'm streaming live on Twitch. Here I have my Legends Ultimate Gamer, my Legends Gamer Pro. This is set up here. I just bought some really nice bars. They're like shelving arms, I guess you would say. I have them up here so you can play pinball comfortably up on the TV, which is really cool. I have that right on the end of the bar. I've got some laptops. Let's journey around here. And I've got some nice bar stools so we can play two people if you're playing. But I have a nice opening here. I have a lot of networking stuff under here. If you're curious, I've got like routers and smart stuff that I keep hidden under there, but it kind of keeps it nice. I've got an original Atari 2600 complete in box, everything. It's been around since, oh man, almost 40 years. So it's been around a while. That's why there's a little bit of stains on the box. Also an original Intellivision complete in box. I have no intentions of playing it. I just want to keep it in the box. And then I have my Black Series Darth Vader helmet. Another lightsaber. Here's a bunch of different trade shows I've been to over the years and covered live and all that good stuff. And I just kind of kept it. Battery backup, most important when you're live streaming or doing anything with video, and computers always have a battery backup. I have it on everything down here. So if the power goes out, it gives me 20 minutes to a half hour to shut everything down without damaging it. There's my modem, my Google Home router, which I have 5 of them in the house to keep me having plenty of Wi-Fi throughout the house. My son wanted to put his amiibos up there, so we've got them up there as decoration. Got an arcade 1-up Ms. Pac-Man countercade. Looks really cool on here if this was a camera shot. I've got my Switch set up to the TV because I can do 4K, and I don't know, I like it here. I've got the Mario Kart Live. I've got the Game & Watch here. I've got This Pro controller, I never took it out because it just looks awesome. I want to kind of keep it in the box and unopened. PS5 games, I got 4 of them, and then I have Miles Morales is over here because it works, the upgrade. Some mini Super Nintendo 3DS XLs, TurboGrafx 16, that's unopened. It's the mini. I've kept it in the box. My brand new PlayStation 5. Thanks, shout out to Nate for hooking me up with his pre-order so I could buy it. And a bunch of Nintendo 64, Switch, Game Gear. This is actually a Game Gear in here. It does work. Again, I have no interest in playing it. I just want to collect it and keep it nice. Another Nintendo Switch box. That's my son's. Mine's up there. I've got a Sega Saturn box complete. And then the ICEO from Throwboy. There's only 2,000 of these made of Steve Jobs, and I have one of them. So I purchased that a while ago. Now, this is where all the magic happens. This is the rack, the mighty rack for broadcasting. I've got the TriCaster here, which is doing all the switching, and I'll get to that later. This is just a power switch bay. This is a bunch of fans. This isn't a router. If you're into video, you understand what a router is. But for those that don't know, it's just like a Ethernet router or an internet router, but it's for video. So I can route video signals anywhere in my studio. This big gargantuan neural net thing is my call-in system. This is how I get my guests onto the show. We'll get to that in a little bit. This is my router, so I can designate I want input 8 to go to output number 1. I won't bore you with the details. This is my Wirecast gearbox. This does all the encoding. It can also do the switching. And that goes out to this. As you can see, we're running reruns. There's Glenn and the Retro Buzz crew. And then it also displays my video, which is a looping video of the arcade behind me. Gives you the illusion that I'm sitting in front of the arcade. So this is the neural net system. This is the call-in system. I can individually control each caller. And I can also set up, you know, when they call in, I could send return video. I could do all kinds of cool stuff. This is the computer. If I have a guest, they could sit here and they run that. And they're able to see chat and all that good stuff. This is a controller that'll control the Wirecast gear up above. I use that to start and stop recordings. I've got a bunch of mice here that control the various computers. The MacBook Air right here usually controls remoting into the call-in system. This is my Discord chat. I keep that up on a monitor right in front of me. And then this is, if you call in via the caller system, I can get everything situated here. And then when I'm ready, I send you live. I send you over to there. And then I can bring you onto the show. Here's my TriCaster control surface. This is the TriCaster 460 version 3. And I pretty much use this during a show. I also have macros set up on a Stream Deck XL where I can press certain buttons and you'll see what they say. It'll say like overhead cam, I have a program for arcade feed, shoulder cam, phone calls, social media, like when you see the lower third come up, audio on and off. This essentially is a backup. It does essentially the same thing. This controls my cameras. I can actually move my cameras around with that joystick, depending on what camera I choose, via IP, like that camera, or that camera, or that camera, or that camera. I've got a bunch of different cameras throughout the studio. As you saw, I can even control the one that's over there, and I can control that one there. So having this joystick here as a one-man show is really nice. And then this is the interface of the TriCaster. So when I press buttons on here, it is reflected on here, which pretty cut and dry, right? Under here, this was originally a bar. I have junk, don't judge me. I have junk underneath here, props, things that I need to get done. Like I have Angel's Marquee here for Miss Pac-Man. I gotta get it up on Miss Pac-Man. I haven't had a chance yet. Duct tape, gotta always have duct tape, extra cameras, extra wires. A headphone amplifier. These are the in-ear buds that I wear during a show. These are Shure, somebody's gonna ask, I know they are, they always do. These are Shure, I think they're 535s. These are about $500, those headphones, so just so you know. This headphone amplifier, basically the audio comes out of my mixer, goes up, around, all this good stuff down through here, underneath here, into here, and my headphones and Daniel's headphones are in here, and we can individually control how loud they are in our ears, and that's what that's for. The computer here is that computer. And then I've got a bunch of portable stuff that when I go places to do live streams, there are extra wires, SDI cables. I have 2 bags here with that. And then in here, I've got a bunch of, and I'm not kidding you when I say I've got this is very disorganized, but I've got a bunch of extra cables, extra network switches, extra hard drives, more net switches, extra mice, keyboards. Anything that could possibly go wrong is in there. Then down here is some more of my Star Wars collection. I am big into Star Wars and Darth Vader, and so these are a lot of my toys that I have not taken out of the packaging. I have an original Star Wars record album. The chess piece, I have an extra chess piece that goes to like my Dark Series costume. And I've got some camera gear under here, like tripods and things of that nature. In here, I just have a battery backup. I hide it out, I raise it up so it's not on the floor in case, heaven forbid, some water would come in. It gets it up, but like I said, everything in here is on a battery backup. Everything in this studio is battery backup. This, I believe, has a bunch of boxes, from iPads and things like that, and I just have odd and end tinkers stuff in these drawers. Nothing of interest to anybody. There's a $500 ribbon microphone. Just like, I don't know, when I was broadcasting, somebody said you needed a golden mic, so they gave it to me. And then I've got a green screen there that I can pop up, and I have some screws mounted up here that I can hang in front of the TV and do some green screening. But I know this is a long video, it's 30 minutes, but that's the studio. Okay guys, well there you have it. That's the arcade slash studio slash where all the magic happens when I do videos, when I do the Retro Buzz, anything that I do live streaming wise or even video wise, that's where I do it. So that's how the magic happens. I really hope you like this video. Again, if you want to see more of this or you want to learn how to do this, become a member. Right now, to become a member, to get on a Zoom call with me and talk about video production and learn how to do it, you have to be a Warrior member. I know it's a little bit expensive. It's $9.99 a month. But, if you get on as a rookie, we're going to make some exceptions here from now till the end of the year. We'll let you in on those Zoom calls to help you with video production, get you started cheap, and get you going very quickly to build some content and build a channel and something that can help you out in the long run. Again, guys, I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you join the channel. Check out my Patreon. I've got a ton of cool stuff coming. And guys, I really appreciate all the support. Until next time, keep it buzzing.